Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles. My name is Basilisk and I'm still your host, so let's get started. In the last episode we did Chapter 2 in its entirety. In this episode we're going to get started on Chapter 3. This is not going to get finished in its entirety today. In fact, there's a lot of stuff to cover here, so let's get into it.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border. Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession. Bruhl's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees. Randgries, Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess. Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country.
Which is actually a thing in countries like Switzerland, I think.
As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
Actually, I figured they volunteered, but okay. Now, since they have a tank, there's no way that wouldn't get grabbed up by the army.
So these are my new digs. Oh, my uniform.
And he gets a chalkboard as a necklace.
I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now. Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map.
And whatever that thing around your neck is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a microphone.
Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Oh, and a stupid hat.
Welkin? Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually. So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
It's just an armored up version of the uniform you were wearing. It's not even good armor.
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
It does, but that's not your fault.
No way. That plating on the back? It's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
Welkin, you're an idiot.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle? Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle. King of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Oh, Welkin, you're freaking clueless.
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Best you can do, really.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
That's not a scarf. That's like a bandana. And it's a scarf goes around your neck, you frickin' moron.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking.
You want to cook the buns, not bust them.
I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
And she's still wearing it in the
That's
second
great.
game.
Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
As you can see, we just had like 4 conversations, and we got more! And then there's stuff I've got to do in the menu. Gotta manage my team.
Come in.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Galleon Militia enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Galleon Militia enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am.
Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am!
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Valdio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welcome was in science and I was in archaeology. And just look at us now. No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying more, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today. But you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randbreeze. They'll be your new home. So get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Aha! Okay, we don't have all our options unlocked yet, but this is where we go to manage our team. And trust me, we're going to be spending a lot of time here. Okay. Squad barracks, here we need to pop into to pick our team. As you notice, we've only got 4 people. We got Welkin, we got to keep Alicia, and we got Rosie and Margot. Our first shock trooper and our first lancer. Lancers are anti-tank units, and I will actually be using them a fair bit. Shock troopers are anti-everything units. They can even take out tanks pretty handily in this game. Trust me, you'll see me do it. Yeah. And they're also really good at just wiping the floor with ground units, especially later in the game when they get their upgrades. But let's pop into our command room so we can pick out the rest of our squad, because we're supposed to have 20 people. And we're going to want them.
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome. This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits. Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes.
Scouts are the only thing we've been using so far. High mobility, not a lot of damage, not a lot of defense, but you can effectively win maps with just them. You will never see me do it though, because I think it's a boring, lame tactic, especially to watch.
Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely.
If you headshot with them, they're actually still effective anti-unit or anti-infantry units.
That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards.
Not that I've ever noticed. They never seem to spot these people.
That comes at the price of firepower. Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out.
That's what headshots are for.
Next up, the shock trooper. They're the ones to break through enemy lines and clean up.
Yeah. I'm actually more fond of shock trooper rush than scout rush, but even then there's only 1 or 2 chapters I use it on.
They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets.
Pretty much.
While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings.
Not true, exactly. They run out of mobility. They actually run out of mobility a lot quicker than I would like.
Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant.
That is true, though.
After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets.
Nice voice acting flub there.
Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank.
Not entirely true. You can use your own tank. Both tanks and Lancers are your only real way to damage a tank anywhere but hitting it in the radiator. Sorry, hiccups. But if you can hit a tank in the radiator with the Lancer, it'll take him out just as quick as doing it with the tank will. Plus, Lancers are actually more mobile and cheaper.
They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars.
That's true. They also have a really high defense.
Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback.
Yeah, they've only got 3 rounds. They only got 3 rounds before they have to go for a refill, but they get 1 round back each turn. And I've never noticed them being that weak to gunfire. Huh.
Changing gears, we have the Engineers. They handle supplies and perform combat support.
Nice rhyme.
They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site.
Yes, yes, and yes, and they get better in the second game. Unfortunately, in this game, their damage and defense are kind of sucky.
They can place sandbags for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it.
Okay, one of those is just a flat lie. Placing sandbags for cover is something they can't do. What they can do is repair. You know how when you break a sandbag or blow up a sandbag and it's flattened down? They can repair that. They can also repair other defensive fortifications, but they can't just make new ones on the spot. It'd be awesome if they could, but an ability like that doesn't get introduced until Valkyria Chronicles 3, and it's not even with this class.
Their actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators.
Pretty much. In this game, you will never use them to shoot something with, unless you're in an emergency. Changes later on in the second game, though.
Lastly, we have the Snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance.
And I love them.
You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see.
Pretty much. You can one-shot dudes from across the map, assuming you get a headshot.
Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight.
Indeed.
Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for.
The snipers and lancers also can't do crossfire, or intercepting fire. That is, they can't shoot at an enemy that's just moving along the map. They also can't counterattack an enemy. So yeah, if you get a sniper on its own, if an enemy gets to a sniper, that sniper's pretty much dead.
That should cover the basics. Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you can swap units at any time.
Room for 20, yes, but we can only have 4. But we can only pick up 16 here. We have a few here. Now this stuff, these are their potentials. This affects their performance in combat, such as claustrophobic. Certain indoor areas will cause this one to lose attack power, but he gets a defense bonus on grass and an accuracy bonus around women. Female units. Let's see. This guy's only bonus is against troopers. We're not gonna use. These two aren't very good. He's alright. We're gonna have 4 of each unit type, so we're gonna grab him.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Ted Ustinov, and I've got some great new material for you.
Some very spiky hair, sir. Ted. Yeah, Ted is allergic to metal, so he gets a he loses HP on metal surfaces, which is why I'm not going to use him much, but when I do use him, he gets an accuracy boost pretty much any time. Oh, for our units that we're stuck with. Boost on bare dirt, for accuracy boost on bare dirt, and around allies gets a general ability boost. Loses HP in sandy areas, which really sucks in about 3 chapters. Less damage from interception fire, and it gets an ability boost around other shock troopers. Very useful. This one's pretty good too. Doesn't do well on paved roads, lowers defense. It's not that big an issue. General ability boost when around allies, and sometimes he can survive actually being killed, which is very helpful. Okay. Well then, okay, I was pushing the wrong button! Let's grab some more people. Scouts. Okay. Wavy's alright, but he's not one I'm fond of. Neither is Montley or Nancy. Susie is one of the few that's actually just flat out sucky. Because she's got a pacifist hidden potential that you can unlock later. Some of them you'll notice have, almost all of them you'll notice have that one blank line potential. You can unlock that by using them in combat. Most of them aren't worth noting. Except for this one, she is just about the worst unit in the game. Her ability is pacifist, which will sometimes make her flat out refuse to damage an enemy. But we're going to fill our other 2 scout slots with Frisia, who's decent enough.
I'm Frisia York, handsome. I know you'll take real good care of me.
And even better is Ika, who is...
Hey there. I'm Ika Thompson. I'll try my best. Sound good, Welkin?
A, character from Skies of Arcadia Legends. Now, our shock troopers here, Kevin Abbott, not worth using, in my opinion. And Salinas, I've never been a fan of. Hans is... Micah, I don't even remember if he's any good or not. Vice we're gonna pick up.
The name's Vice Engelbart. Let's go kick this war in the teeth.
Who's generally my 3rd place sniper. Or, not my 3rd place sniper, what am I saying? My 3rd place, shock trooper. Wendy's alright. Edie is a lot of fun, but I'm not going to use her in this because she gets her own missions we'll be doing. Jane. Okay, really quick. Dorothy, I'm not a fan of, but Jane...
The name's Jane Turner. I'll do anything if it means putting holes in it.
...is the 2nd best shock trooper in the game as far as I'm concerned. Because her hidden potential boosts her damage. We're going to drag Edie along. I'm not...
I'm Edie Nelson. Perhaps you've heard of me. I'm sure we'll get along swimmingly.
I never have, actually, but... Or rather, we never have before this, but that's alright. We're gonna bring her along just to fill in the 4th slot. I'm hardly ever gonna use her unless I'm doing Shock Trooper Rush. Jan Walker, I don't like him. Nils. He's alright, he's not that great. Theo. Ditto. Walter. Actually, I remember you being decent.
The name's Walter Nash, buddy. Pleasure to be working with you.
Good for you. Yoko. Don't remember if you're any good. Elise. We don't have Hector yet. There's a couple characters we don't have yet that are all really good. Oh, sweet. Okay, we got some, though, right out of the bat that are great. We're gonna have to wait a bit to get my favorite Lancer, so we're gonna fill in that slot, the 3rd slot with Elise,
Hi, my name's Elise Moore. Nice to meet you.
Who's decent, and Nils, who's likewise decent.
I'm Niels Darden. I'll see you on the field.
And we're gonna ship both of them out later on. For ground units, we want Homer.
I'm Homer Perone, here to fight together with you until this war claims my life.
You're depressing! Some of our starter units are randomized, by the way. Carl Lanzat, I don't remember him being that good. Nadine, I remember being pretty
Hello,
good.
sir. My name is Nadine. I'm sure I'll be coming to you for help.
Alright, we need to pick out 2 more of these. I think. Hold on, how many do I have? Alright, yeah, I was right. 2 more of these. And we'll be grabbing both of our snipers, but I'll get to them here in a second.
be a man. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations.
Most of the engineers aren't that great. Claudia's decent. Carl, I'm not a fan of. Dallas, I'm not a fan of either, but she's better than Carl.
I'm excited to be joining up.
Homer isn't that great either, but we want him for a different reason. Our snipers, we want both of these two. Catherine's decent enough.
Hello, I'm Catherine O'Hara. I look forward to joining you all.
She's decent. Oh, sorry about my mic. But she's not the best sniper in the game. Hands down, the best sniper is Marina.
Marina Wolfstead, at your command.
Honestly, didn't think we'd get her this early, but I'm really glad we did. That gives us a huge advantage early on. And we got 2 slots that I'll be filling in with snipers later on. But to start us off with, I'm gonna grab Wavy.
Please, call me Wavy. From today onward, we fight together.
Like I said, I'm not that big a fan of, but he's alright. And Wendy, because why not?
I'm Wendy Cheslock. Kaboom.
Oh yeah, her. She's good with grenades, and that's her only major point.
Well, feel like you've struck a balance?
No, but
Come back anytime you'd like.
I can't get my
your squad.
I'm missing some good units. What do you expect from
As
me?
time passes, we'll have more recruits to choose from, so keep an eye on that list.
Yes, we will, and there's special ways to unlock more.
Oh, and all the recruits go through training together, so they're all ready for combat.
Get to what that means here
They'll
in a
be at
second.
the same level as the rest of the team you've taken into the field. You can swap out members without the worry of losing the benefit of their experience. Trust in your own judgment and pick a team you know you can work well with. That should be enough to get you started. You can figure out the rest as you go.
Wow. Squad leader's a lot of responsibility.
Nah.
Come to
Oh,
think
jeez, we're already over 20
Claudio's
minutes.
heading up Squad 1, isn't he? I wonder if he's off sorting through this stuff now, too. I better get a move on.
Alright, I'm gonna end this episode off after we wrap up this last bit of explanation. Training field.
Welcome to your worst nightmare. I'm the guy who's gonna whip you lazy blobs into shape. Still, I can't work miracles here. No amount of drilling beats real combat experience. I want you all to go out there, kick some imp tail, and then show me what you learned.
Translation, you can't
I
get...
will train that experience into something you can actually use. Level you bums up. But don't go trying to hog all the glory.
Thanks for the
A
close-up.
squad's a team, and we got no need for stars. You will train as a class and level up by class. Scout level 2, Scout level 3. You get it? When the scouts level up, that means each and every one of them goes up that level.
Okay, this actually saves me an explanation, because that's basically what I was going to say. You don't have to level up units individually, just by their unit type.
You hear me, maggots? Any of you think he's better than the rest of the team, go home now!
Sadly, some of them are.
All right. Now I'll show you lowlights how this whole thing actually works. It ain't complicated. First you go out there and fight, then divvy up that experience here. Once the experience you cram into a soldier class clears a set amount, it'll level up.
I don't know that we got enough to level anybody up, though.
Picking which class to level up and when is your job as the squad leader. Now give it a go.
We'll find out.
Train all you want.
Shut up!
All day.
Okay, we do. Yeah. Enough to get everyone up at least once. Can I get two of these in here? That would be grand.
I got no use for tears. Sweat, sweat, sweat.
Yeah, basically that's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna level up at each
Good work, maggots. You're
the
one
classes
level
up
closer to
once
human.
each chapter.
Looks like that section beat a new potential out of the Lancers.
Excellent.
Looks like that section beat a new potential out of the Snipers.
In addition to personal potentials, each class also has class potential. Each unit also has class potentials, which they unlock as their class levels up. They aren't the same for each class, though. Some of them are better than others, which is part of the reason that makes Marina such a great sniper. She has some great class potentials. I'm freaking serious, they're insane. We'll cover that later. Yeah, see? Now we don't have enough to level everybody up. We'll have to go and fight and come back. Alright.
Got it? That's how training... Oh, and there's one more thing to add. Sometimes leveling up a...
Thank you!
You can think of potentials as the natural abilities your soldier... Those abilities will form a big part of your... Other times, leveling up a class will earn you clearance for a new order. Here, as long as we're talking about it, I'll teach you a classic. A real golden oldie.
Orders use up potentials in the field, but they can... Using an order at the right order at the right time is a massive part of strategy.
Orders are special commands you can give out as the squad leader. They can save your tail.
This game does not need me here to explain things anymore, I see.
It doesn't take a genius to see that leveling up your soldiers is the best way to beef up your squad.
Indeed.
The soldiers will get stronger, and you just might unlock new... All that just from me working you sorry bums into the dirt. I just hope you maggots are ready for a real workout the next time I see you here.
I'm actually debating whether or not I should go on to R&D facility, and shit, it's already 26 minutes, and there's more yapping and a lot more explanation in R&D. Okay, we're gonna pop him back into book mode really quick. Ah, you bastard! You know what? Let's just wrap this up here so we don't have to deal with any more of this in the next episode. Jeez, this is gonna be a long episode.
Welcome to R&D, man. What can I do you for? I know that insignia. You're Lieutenant Gunther, aren't you?
Yes.
I knew it! Man, I've heard about you. That evacuation at Brule was just... wow!
Thank you. Please get the heck out of my face.
Protecting a tiny life in the middle of all that slaughter? Man!
Back up!
Oh, Lieutenant, you're good people. You get all my respect and then some, bro.
What's going on, Leon? I could hear you from clear across the hangar.
Please get this guy out of my face.
Oh, Casey,
thank you.
Check it out. It's Lieutenant Gunther. He's the man.
You're eloquent.
Sorry about him, Lieutenant. He's like this all the time, I'm afraid. But where are my manners? I'm Priest Cherney. I'm training here as a mechanic.
Oh, and I'm Leon Schmidt. But just call me Leon, bro. I'm your boy.
So, Lieutenant Gunther, what brings you down to R&D today? We do work here on weapons development, making upgraded weapons and equipment.
And that includes rifles and machine guns. We can even soup up your tank.
Yes, they can. And they will.
Of course. Research expenses aren't cheap.
With rifles and other firearms, we'll mass-produce new models as they're developed.
This is true.
You won't have to worry about making enough for your squad. We'll outfit them.
Also true.
For tanks, you can upgrade the baseline performance of the body itself, or develop optional parts that you can add on to tweak out its specs.
Right. You can choose which optional parts you want in the tank equipment section. Come in any time and make adjustments based on the needs of the operation at hand.
Shut up! I'll fucking get to it! Good night! Shut up! Okay, really quick while we're in here just so I can get out of the way. Rifles! We can upgrade in accuracy. We're gonna do that.
Whew, it's done! This one's perfect, bro.
Okay, frickin' Yvonne, back off! Machine guns, firepower boost.
It's done.
Shut up. There are branching paths for the weapons later on, as you can see here. We'll get to them when we unlock them, though. Lancers, firepower boost.
All set for you.
Shut up! Heck away from me! Accuracy boost.
It's done.
Oh, engineers use the same rifles as scouts. Grenades, can't upgrade. Uniforms, upgrade. Gives us some actual defense.
Here you go, bro. All done.
As opposed to none. Armor upgrade. Ditto.
Here you go, bro. All done.
Okay. Now then, let's pop into the Edelweiss here. Let's see. Don't think you can actually. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. It's just expensive. Let's see. That's 2,700 right there. And then that's. Yeah. As you can see, there's plenty to upgrade. There's plenty to purchase. But these cost blocks. There it is. Okay. For this, we're just gonna grab the barrel, protect the reinforcements.
All set
That.
for you, bro. It's done.
Shut up. And the spare tread. I will be getting all the tank upgrades and whatnot,
Done.
but I can't afford them all now. Now this is where you can slot in upgraded parts for the Edelweiss. Just smack this spare belt down right there. Now, better parts take up more room, so you won't be able, and you've only got limited room. As time goes on, we'll get more room, but still, as you can see, we got some limited space here. And this is where you can go to change the parts on your tank and all that. We do get more than one tank.
Well, sir, was that helpful?
Yes, thank you.
We're working here around the clock to make possible tomorrow what's out of reach today.
Where frickin' Disney sales pitch did you get that line from?
Come again a little later. We'll do our best to have something useful for you.
Each
by
chapter
then.
you pretty much unlock one new upgrade or another.
Yeah, you better come back soon, bro. I am all fired up to work on stuff for you.
Go away! Shut up! Thank you! Okay, now that we've done that, we can save. Yeah, that headquarters is where we just were. Shut the hell up! Okay. We don't have skirmish or anything else yet. We're gonna save the game, we're gonna end this episode off here, and the next episode, we will wrap things up, and we will be able to do the entire next combat stage, which will be fun and good, and it will involve much more strategy and a lot less talking. I apologize if this was kind of a boring episode. There was a lot we had to get through this time in order to make sure that anyone who wants to follow along and actually cares about like the background mechanics and whatnot can follow along. I am aware that there are going to be some people who aren't that interested in it and just want to see me run around and shoot stuff. But for those who are, I felt like who are interested in that sort of thing, or in the background management details, I am going to be showing them so that those people can keep up with what I'm doing. This is the only time it's going to have taken this long, though. In the meantime, I will see you all in the next episode. This has been Basilisk. Thank you and good night, folks.